So what did the Lord say? Verse 7, he said to them, "It is not for you to know the times or dates the Father has set by his own authority." Now over here, you will see that there are mysteries which the Lord withhold from us for our benefits. It is for our benefit to know that the Lord is coming again, but it is not to our benefit to know when exactly he is coming again. Why? So that the hearts of his people will not be led to apprehension or idleness. Waiting for the Lord's coming is not sitting at one corner, being inward looking and passively waiting for it. It's really about being involved, being watchful, and impactful witnesses of the Lord. So go and be my witness. You saw it. You ask, how is this possible for the timid and inadequate disciples of the Lord? How is this possible when the world around us is always being carried away by, war, injustice, pandemic, or bread and butter issues, and everywhere you go, you start telling people about Jesus. They have no time for that. This is an affluent society. People are busy making money, and then come the pandemic, people are afraid. People are seemingly not interested. And you know yourself, even you as Christians, long-time Christians, sometimes when you are busy at work, you will forget about the Great Commission. Once you start a family, you will be distracted from it. Once the pandemic struck, everyone will be overwhelmed. So we easily forget about the most important instruction, and that is the Great Commission. And some of us know, but we are helpless. And I always get brethren telling me, it's hard to evangelize. People are not hungry for the word, People are not interested in the gospel. Yes, that is the reality. And that is what points us to verse 8. But when the Holy Spirit come upon us, you will be my witness from where you are, Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, to the ends of the earth. Where, my brethren? To the ends of the earth. Now, the church is called by this promise and must experience this promise. A church is not a societal institution where it tries to coexist with the other religions, do some good works for the society, or get some ministers or politicians to come here and cut the ribbon during some opening ceremony, or feeling good about celebrating Christmas. Now, the church is not that, essentially. The church is called to preach the gospel and finish the mission of the Great Commission. And because of that, the church, you and I, are always engaged in a constant spiritual battle with the prince of the world, as the church gains ground in reaching the lost ones with the gospel. There, the evil one and his forces will move against you. It will move against the church. So the church will be persecuted. The church will be struck with a famine, like Jerusalem church. The church can be struck with a division, or the church can be struck with the coronavirus, like us. Right? You get what I mean? But every time the church was struck, God, through the Holy Spirit, advanced the gospel to new boundaries, to new groups of people. And this is what exactly happened to us. Not only through the recent coronavirus incident, but many, many challenges that we face throughout these 17 years. We face many, many challenges. And the bottom line is the gospel goes out faster and faster. And now when you have witnessed that, when that happens in our church, then Acts 1:8 will make sense. When the Holy Spirit comes on you, and then you will be my witness to the ends of the world. Now the thing is, if you don't see that happening in your lives, in your church, Acts 1:8 doesn't make sense. I grew up in a church which only talks about good works and being zealous in serving, and I never thought Acts 1:8 makes sense. I only thought it makes sense to pastors and missionaries And when you only have that kind of senses, Christian living becomes very natural. Natural. It's not supernatural to you anymore. You don't see yourselves leading people to Christ. You don't see lives being transformed because of your prayers. You don't see those kind of supernatural things happening. Christian living will just be about coming to God to ask for favor, ask for security or safety. That's about all. And I believe if you read the Bible, you will know that God did not call us to such a Christian life. But the realistic problem that we face in our faith is that we are easily overtaken by the world. And that is why God has given us the church, the communion of saints. The presence and love among the believers are to remind us of our ultimate mission, and so that we can receive sustaining strength to finish that mission.